Thank you, Senator Blumenthal, for pulling us together, for your leadership in committee and beyond. And I too want to thank Leo and Javier and Marimar for their courage. Them being willing to be here today, not just before you all at this moment, but to sit in the hearing earlier today. Let's put that in context. What this administration has done to go after media organizations, too many that have bent to his will. What this administration has done to go after law firms that have bent to his will. This administration has gone after universities who have entered into settlement agreements, changing their practices because of the ego of this president. But not these three individuals. I'm not saying it's not a scary time in our country, but they're the best examples of we cannot relent. We cannot shy away. We cannot be silent. We need to continue to stand up and to speak up for ourselves, for our neighbors, for our family members, for our communities, for our countries, for our civil liberties, and for our constitutional rights. So I want to thank the three of you for your courage. I think most of you saw the hearing this morning. Sadly, is what we expected, similar to the State of the Union last week. A lot of lies, a lot of misrepresentations, a lot of evading the truth that's impacting so many American families. Americans across the country have been seeing it for the better part of a year. The violence, the cruelty, the out-of-control ICE and CBP agents that aren't just going after the worst of the worst. They keep saying that they are, but the fact of the matter is they're not. Their own numbers show that less than 14% of the people in ICE custody have a prior arrest or conviction for a violent offense in the past. That is not justice, that's injustice. We've seen the visuals of the detentions and arrests and how they've gone about it. What I think the country is increasingly becoming aware of is the deplorable conditions in so many detention facilities, not just in California, but across the country. It should not take a court order to say you have to meet minimum basic standards in these detention facilities, things like drinking water, basic nutritional food, access to timely medical attention. It's fundamental. But at every turn, Kristi Noem has failed in her leadership, not just in terms of immigration enforcement, but her participation in threatening the future of our elections. I called out in the hearing today that when she visited Arizona just a couple of weeks ago, they were very blatant in suggesting that they want to change the rules to make sure that only the right people vote so that the right leaders are elected. That explains a lot. It's not just DHS, it's the Department of Justice, it's the White House, and so many more. She was anything but responsive and informative in her responses to questions of members of the committee. And I think from Ranking Member Durbin to every single member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, between calling out her lies, their lack of compliance with the law, their violation of civil rights, their mismanagement of the agency, their loss in more than 4,500 immigration-related cases alone since October. She's in over her head. She's not qualified, never was qualified, never should have been confirmed to the position. The last thing to do, the respectful thing to do, would be to resign, or the president should fire her. And short of that, have the House vote to impeach Kristi Noem.